Welcome to No Instructor, where you can learn to drive without a driving instructor. My name is Daniel. I've been a fully qualified driving instructor for a number of years. Here's my ADO. As you may know, there are only two ways to learn to drive. Learning with a driving instructor who is fully up to date, experienced, but can be expensive, or you can learn with friends and family, especially parents, who's been driving for a number of years but may not have the correct skill or knowledge to teach you. Now here are an alternative. We will show you how a driving instructor train a learner. Each week we'll update a driving lessons for you to practice. Once you study the clips, you can practice with an experienced driver, and if there are anything you do not understand, you can always email or call us and we'll try to answer them as soon as we can. First things first, to follow my instructions, you need a roadworthy car, you need L plates, you need an interior mirror, which are for the experienced driver. The experienced driver needs to be over 21 and has at least 3 years driving experience. And the most important thing you need is insurance. There are learner driving insurance at the market which are designed for learners to learn with their parents. They are cost effective, and the most important thing is if you have an accident, it will not damage the car owner's no claim bonus. Today, this is our first lesson. Our objective is to teach you all the car controls and how to set yourself in the correct driving position. At the end of this lesson, I hope you will have a better understanding about all the controls and you will be able to put yourself in the right driving position without me helping you. First things first, I'm going to teach you how to set the correct driving position. At the moment you can see I'm very comfortable, but I'm not actually in the correct driving position because I cannot reach the pedals or the steering wheel comfortably, okay, or safely, okay. So the way to correct yourself is make sure when you adjust your seat, some pedals, how you control it is on the left and the right hand side, so you have to discover your own car. But in my car it's on the left hand side, so make sure when you press your right pedal, you can press it with your heel being on the floor. Same applies to your left pedal. If you can press it right down without stretching, then it's okay. But if you press it and your foot is like this, then it's telling you you're not comfortable enough to control it safely. So make sure you can press it right down while the heel's on the floor. Okay? And the second thing is, look at my hands and my arms. My arms at the moment looks like it's full stretch. Again, it's very comfortable, but it's not safe enough to control the car. So the best thing is, make sure your elbows is slightly lower on both hands, so when you steer, you can steer okay. But if it's gone like this, I can only reach a certain part of the steering wheel and not the whole steering wheel. And finally, the most important thing is your head restraint. Okay? Some people think the head restraint is for comfort reason, but it's actually for safety reason. Okay? The head restraint, the top of the head should be in line with the top of the head restraint. It's because if you have an accident, it protects your neck, so you won't get whiplash. Some people are very tall, and therefore you should make sure the head restraint, the top of the head restraint, in line with the ears or the eyes. So if you have an accident, again it's going to protect your head, so you won't get whiplash. Okay then, now we have done the correct of the driving position. Now I want to tell you the difference of hand, eye, foot control. Now I'm going to we start with the top to the bottom, so we start with our eye controls, and now I'm going to show you how to set them. Alright, this shot is taken from a driver's point of view. Now as you can see, my mirror is actually not set correctly at the moment, so what I want to do is I want to make sure my mirrors, the four corners, are in line with the back four corners. Okay, as you can see here, I can see what's coming behind me, and the most important thing is you can see a little part of my head restraint here, because the reason why we need to see a little bit of my head restraint is your danger always comes from the right hand side. and it's very important to see, just before we move off, we can see what's coming on the right hand side. This is a shot from the left wing mirror. As you can see, the mirror is actually set up too high. So what I want to do is, you want to make sure you can see a quarter of the car body, and you can see a part of the road on your left hand side. Now think about what can overtake you on the left hand side. It can't be a car because it's too small. It can be a cyclist. So you need to make sure when you steer in, you need to make sure you can check your mirrors and make sure there's nothing on your left hand side. These small mirrors are quite useful because you can see clearly what's coming along you far away rather than what's going to happen now. I will highly recommend you to get them. This shot is taken from the right hand side wing mirror, and as you can see, the mirror is actually too low. We want to see what's coming along you on the right hand side. We have no concern of what's coming on that direction, but we only want to know what's coming along you on your right hand side. Now, what do you think can overtake you on the right hand side in the middle road? It could be a car, but more dangerously a motorbike. Hence, you want to make sure you can see what's coming along you on this direction. Okay, and hence it's very important where you can see a part of your core body, because you mainly want to see what can overtake you on this side. Now we've talked about the mirrors, interior left and right hand side mirrors. It's very important for me to mention what is a blind spot. Blind spot are the part of the car bodies blocking your view while you're driving. If you look around now, can you tell me how many blind spots have we got in this car? Okay. There are actually 6 blind spots in this car. Okay. These are blind spots, these are blind spots, and the far 2 blind spots. But the most dangerous blind spot is the back 2 blind spots, because when you're driving, if this is a blind spot, after a second, if you can't see a kid now, after a second you probably can see it. But with the back 2 blind spot, because you're not constantly looking back, you cannot always see them. A bit later on, when I teach you moving off, I will show you how to do a blind spot check safely. Okay? And now we're going to talk about hand control. Okay? If I switch the keys twice, you can tell that on the left hand side of the dashboard, that's a ref counter. It's telling you how fast the engine's spinning, where on the right hand side is the speedometer, which tells you how fast the car is going. Okay? And if I zoom back a little bit, you can see in front of me on the left hand side, this is the stroke of the indicator. If you push it down, it indicates up, and if you push up one time, it cancels it, and if you push up one more time, it turns right. Now some cars, their indicator stroke are on this side, so if they want to turn left, it's indicating up, and if they want to turn right, it's indicating down. Okay? Well, in my car, the wipers are on the right hand side. Okay, you see the wiper comes on. So try to get familiarized with the indicator stroke and the wiper stroke. Okay, and here is the gear stick. As you can see, there is 5 forward gears, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 reverse gear. The car is always in between neutral position at the moment. The gear stick is actually spring loaded, which means that it will always be between 3 and 4. So if I push up gently, that's 3rd gear. However, at the moment we just concentrate on 1st and 2nd gear. So if I push it towards the passenger side and push it up, that's 1st gear. If I push it towards the passenger side and pull it down, that's 2nd gear. And if I want to go towards neutral, I push it halfway up. Again, it's very naturally spring loaded back between 3 and 4. Now, the reason why there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 forward gear is its power to speed ratio. Basically, 1st gear has the most power but less speed. 2nd gear has more speed but less power. So it depends on different situation, you use different gears. In the future we'll explain more about the gears and how we use it. Now this is the handbrake. Some other people also call it parking brake because you apply it when you parked. Okay, at the moment the parking brake's applied. Now if you want to release the parking brake, you press this button and release it. Okay? Some experienced driver like to pull the handbrake out and make the clicking noise. Now you're not supposed to do that because it damages the hinges. So the best way to apply a handbrake is push the button, pull it up, release it, and then that's how we know the handbrake's on. Now we're going to talk about foot control. On your far right pedal, I would like you to press it right down and have a go at it and try it, and then take it out. Use your right foot to press the middle pedal and try it and tell me how it feels, and then use your left pedal to press it right down and tell me exactly how it feels. Okay? Now the far right pedal is the gas pedal. Okay? Basically when you press it down, it gives the engine more gas and air, so the engine will spin faster. The one in the middle is the brake pedal. It either slows down the car or stops the car using this pedal. And finally is the left pedal, which is the clutch pedals. The clutch works completely different compared to the gas and brake pedal. It does not react when you put the clutch down, it only reacts when you lift the clutch up. So it takes you some time to get used to. And remember, your right foot controls the right two pedals. It does not go into the left hand side. Same, your left foot does not go into the middle pedal or the far right pedals, because you either go or stop. You don't stop and go at the same time. Remember this, it's very important. Okay? Alright then, so now I've explained the foot pedals, and what I want you to do is I need you to familiarize each of the hand, eye, foot control, so next lesson you'll be able to tell me or understand exactly what I'm going to talk about.